expat, I mean, we generally think of expats in most of the contexts in which we talk about it as Americans living outside the United States. We talk about US expats. But there are lots of expats in the United States, right? There are foreigners who come to work in the United States, and they are not US citizens. They may be green card holders. They may be on an L1 work visa in the United States. These are expats, just like an American abroad is an expat. And they find themselves in the complexity that derives from being taxable in the US because they reside here, but perhaps taxable on income or assets back in their home country or in some other country they may have been working in. So again, when we talk about cross-border, right, it expands the universe to encompass not just the classic US expat, but all families, whether they're Americans or not, who are living in multiple jurisdictions, have income in one country but are taxed in another country, have assets in one country but need an estate plan in the other country, and so on and so forth. So all of that I would define as expats, including you mentioned people who have moved back, because Americans, for example, who move back to the US after living for 20 or 30 years abroad, working perhaps in Europe or Japan or Australia, well, guess what? They're in a cross-border tax situation because they have retirement accounts from those countries. They have real estate that they acquired in those countries. And this sets up a very complex US tax scenario, as well as a local tax scenario back in the country that they left, because they have to pay taxes on those income and assets now in 2 jurisdictions. So all of these scenarios are the issues that we work on with our clients, whether they're US expats or expats in general in any jurisdiction.